common misconceptions about language learning that make it harder than the thing that it really is. But by knowing these misconceptions and knowing how to overcome these, you can learn another language much easier and with more fun. The first misconception is that you need to live in the country that the target language is spoken in to become fluent and to learn another language. But that is not true. Of course, immersion is really helpful, but it's not necessary. If you have the chance to live in another country that the target language is spoken in, that would be amazing. But if you don't have the chance, it's okay, because still it's possible to learn another language. You can use technology and so many other ways, like talking to native speakers and watching movies. So there are so many ways to immerse yourself in the target language and learn the language. On the other hand, there are so many people who live in another country, who relocate in another country that the target language is spoken in, and they live there for many years, but still they can't speak the language. The next misconception is that to learn another language, you need a special talent, that you are born with it and it's an inherent talent. But this is not true. Learning another language is not about a magical talent, but it's about consistency and hard work. By doing hard work and spending so much time and energy and effort, you're going to achieve your language learning goals, but not by a special talent. The next misconception is that you can only learn another language when you are very young or when you are a child. And many people believe that there is a correlation between language learning and age. And there are so many scientists that they are doing some experiments on this correlation between age and language learning. But the thing is that you can learn another language at any age that you want. Both children and adults have their own benefits and advantages learning another language. For example, children have much more free time compared to adults. And also there are some skills like pronunciation that children can learn with less effort. But learning another language as an adult also has its own advantages. For example, adults can learn another language more effectively. The next misconception is that you need tons of time every day to learn another language. But that is not true. Of course, if you have a lot of time every day, 1 hour, 2 hours in a row, or maybe a few hours every day to devote to language learning, that is really great. But if you are a busy person and you have a very busy schedule, it's okay, because still you can learn another language. There are many strategies and techniques that you can use to learn another language, even if you are a busy person. You can use some strategies like micro-learning and passive learning. Micro-learning means using small chunks of time, and passive learning means studying by some skills like listening and watching while you're doing some activities that don't need your mental focus. Actually, I have another video that I explained about micro-learning and passive learning and how to learn another language as a busy person by having a very busy schedule. So make sure to watch this video and get benefits out of it. And the next misconception is that language learning must be done at school with some strict and very serious rules and very dry. So many people have this traditional image in their mind that it has to be done with a specific textbook and specific rule and very serious and strict. But it's not true, because you can learn another language even at home and anywhere, and you don't really need school and these strict rules. Language learning doesn't have to be very boring and dry. Of course, books and schools and so many other courses can be very helpful and beneficial, but it's not the only way and the only method that you can learn another language. You can use different materials, different ways, different methods to learn another language. And there are so many people who learn another language by themselves. And I mean, language learning can be done even self-taught. Yes, language learning is really challenging and sometimes it can be very difficult. But by knowing these misconceptions, you can learn another language much easier and with more fun and enjoyment.